How to forecast SEO. I'm going to show you exactly how you can accurately forecast the revenue that you could possibly earn from your local SEO endeavor. Let's jump into it. Now, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Ron from Osborne Digital Marketing. If you want to have a chat with me, there's a link there. You can book a link. The tool I'll be using today to forecast the revenue is Google Sheets that you'll have access to, and I'll jump into that in a moment, and Rank Lightning, my own custom-built local SEO tool. Now, you might even be wondering, is it even important to forecast SEO? I think it is crucial. The reason number one is it even worth doing? SEO is no longer a cheap thing that you used to be able to rank for easily. You do one or two things and all of a sudden you're up the top for a highly profitable keyword. It's not the case in this day and age. So you should be looking at this like any business endeavor. You should be looking at it and going, is it worth my business going in this direction? Or should we go on another path? So that is why I've put together this spreadsheet that's going to help you forecast if it's worthwhile you even go down that path. Now, this spreadsheet covers all the basics for the starter point where you should be looking. So it's enough for you to make a determination if it's worthwhile doing or not. So like I said, guys, this is a completely free sheet. It is literally it's on the tab down here, SEO forecasting ROI. Then I've got a fully built ROI calculator right here, as you can see, with lifetime value, all of these different metrics. Again, this is all in this spreadsheet. It's completely free. Link will be down below. So go over and get this. It's literally got a backlink monitor in here. It's all free. So go over and grab my SEO strategy checklist. Again, it's free, guys. So you're coming to the tab SEO forecasting ROI, because really we're trying to determine if this is going to be worthwhile for us or not. Now, the main points that you can see here is conversion rate, the cost of referring domains, the cost of reviews. We'll cover all of this stuff momentarily. The average transaction value, that is an important one that you're going to need. Potential conversions, monthly earnings, monthly for maps only, okay? Total data, keywords, and this is where you can put all the keywords. So I'll just scroll down a little bit. You got search volume, required referring domains, and required reviews. So this stuff is obviously what it would take to get you there. And then we could put an actual financial value on it to determine if it's even worth going after. So we can sit there and have a look. This is all right in front of your face. This is just the basic stuff that you actually need. So you can see right here, I've got one keyword. So first things first, you need to get all the data from your tools. Now, obviously I use Rank Lightning. It's my tool, guys. So what I want to do, and this is literally why I built it, is the competitor analysis. That's where I'm looking. So I'm going into that tool. Now, for those of you that don't know how to run it, I'll show you. I've already run it, but as an example, you would put in your keyword there. Roofing Miami is the keyword that we're looking at. You can set the location to, as an example, Miami or Florida. If I was going to look at a lot of keywords, I would be setting it to actually, you can see Miami, Florida here. But if I was going to be looking at a lot of keywords, so obviously if I'm in Miami, I'm not just targeting Miami. I'm happy to go up to Fort Lauderdale if the money's right. So normally what I try to do is look at the state level. That's what I try to do. So we put in Florida, and then you can put in your domain here. So just paste in your URL for that target keyword that you're going after, and then you'll hit create, and that's it. But this is one we prepared earlier, and this is what we're going to be looking at today to try and determine if it's worthwhile for us. So first things first, it's just important to take note of the map pack. We'll get the data from the Google Business Profile analysis for the reviews on how many we need. But ideally, what I'm doing is I'm just scrolling down and I'm having a look and seeing, okay, well, what's the median amount of referring domains right here that I need to get? Okay, so we're looking at the top guys. You can see all of this information here. We're looking at what they've got going on, and essentially we're putting in the median and the average. Now, you can look at the median, you can look at the average, you can look at all of these numbers if you want. But the way I try to determine all of this stuff, for me, pretty much, is you can come down here and select your competitors, is by the median. So you can see right here, we're 158 short from the median. All right, so you've got the URL analysis here, the domain level analysis here as well, because obviously Google's rewarding authority now. That's just how it is. So you can have a sneaky little look down there. If you need to change your competitors around down here because it's selected Yelp, Yelp's there on their authority. Reddit's there on their authority. You know, that's where you can change that stuff out. So again, I've got all the videos on Rank Lightning. Go over and watch that. This is not the video. This is a local SEO forecasting video. But ideally, right here, I just need this number, 158. Okay, so I come over to my spreadsheet. First thing I need to figure out is the search volume, the referring domains, and the reviews required. So 158. Again, remember guys, anything on my spreadsheet that you need to input data on, it's this yellow color, okay? It's always this yellow color. I make it very simple for everyone. I keep it consistent. The other thing that I've got to look at is obviously the search volume. Okay, that's an important thing for me. Let's say 720 is what it's saying is the average monthly searches. Now you can obviously look at this in the keyword research, but it's in here for us on the competitive analysis tool. So again, 720, I've already got it in there. Now the reviews required. Now, the way I look at this when I'm forecasting, this is for local SEO. It's not for e-commerce. It's not for a nationwide campaign. You're a local roofing company in Miami. That's what I work with. That's what I focus on. That's all that matters to me. I don't care about the other stuff. You want to learn about e-com? I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy, pal. I am not that guy. So when it comes to this stuff, make sure that you're just looking at the things that matter to you. So for this keyword, remember the roofing Miami required reviews. How did I get that? So in Rank Lightning, if you go down to the Google Business Profile Analysis, again, I'm not going to be running into all the other stuff you've got to do, but essentially how to set it up. If you want to watch that, go over and check out Rank Lightning. It's that simple. But ideally, what I'm going to do for this business is I'm just going to look at the report, because what we do specifically is we set it all up where you're able to look at everything. So I'm going to make sure that I've got the roofing Miami keyword selected, because remember, that's the main keyword that we're going after right now. Show by average position, you'll select the top 3, because again, remember, that's what I'm looking at. So if you don't know what your reviews are, obviously you'll just be like, oh, hey, I've got 50 reviews. The competitor analysis tool was telling me that the median was 100. Okay, well, you need 50 more. You don't need to do this, but if you don't know, you can. So if it's a client of yours, you come down immediately, reviews. Okay, well, I need 116. All right, cool bananas. So for that keyword, I need 116 reviews. Okay. So now we've input all of the keyword data. So we have that. Now we can start doing our forecasting data. So when it comes to conversion rate data, this is what I use. This is my metric that I use after all the years, 6 years basically doing this stuff. This is what I use now. I use under 2%, okay? 1.5% to be exact. Why, Ronald, do you use 1.5%? Because remember, this is a local thing that I'm looking at. So I'm looking at if I dominate the maps and I dominate the organic. I'm up the top. I'm not up the top of maps, but I'm in the map pack. That's extremely important. If you're number 3 and you've got more reviews, you'll get the same amount of leads if you're number 1 with less reviews. You'll get more. You'll get more. So it's about being in the top 3. That's all to me, that's all that matters. I've got the data to prove it. You got to be in the map pack. Most important. If you're in position 1 or 2, ideally organically, you're going to get leads. Now, I'm looking at this with the combination of both. But if one slips, you just reduce this stuff down. So that's why I say 1.5. Okay? That gives you a lot of room for error. What's a more accurate number? I'd say around about 4%. 4%'s more accurate if you're up the top. And I'm talking, guys, we're talking about chiropractors I have data on, roofers, remodelers, plumbers, electricians, vacation rental managers, you name it, I've got all of that data on. I've got tons and tons of data, tons of websites, we've just tipped over into having 300 assets of our own stuff. So I've got a lot of data. So I'm able to, and plus all past client data and current client data. So we've compiled all of this, and this is where I say it's safe. If you use this number, you will not go wrong. Guarantee you. If you use this number, you will not go wrong. Okay, so that's why I look at that. What is realistic for you? If you put this number, you've got room. Now, the cost of referring domains and the cost of reviews. Why have I put this information in here? Because for me, I think you should have this as an analysis just to see. You're doing forecasting to see if it's worthwhile here. We're trying to work out realistically, is there an ROI for my business? So looking at this, try to put in $150. To be honest, that's, if you've got to build a lot of domains, that's a good price. And obviously the reviews. Now, you should not be purchasing reviews out there. I couldn't stress that enough. That's against Google's guidelines. So is building backlinks. But the thing is, if you need to help encourage clients to do reviews. You can do a competition, stuff like that. You've got to put a monetary value on it. So if it is worth, hey, we're doing, anyone that leaves a review on our business, you're getting a $200 Amazon gift card. We're doing a competition for that. Send us a snapshot of the review. Halas. So that's the type of stuff that can be done. So these things are important. And as you can see, this number's over here, and here's the total for that will be worked out. So again, if you can get backlinks cheaper, cool bananas. It's $55 a backlink. If you can acquire those reviews a drastically cheaper amount, okay, it's $15. Halas. Again, this is what it's going to cost you realistically to close that gap for that one keyword. Remember, this is that one keyword we're looking at. You can go multiple, but I'm showing you one in great detail. Okay, so the next thing that you want to be looking at is this thing right here, the average transactional value, or the ATV. As a business owner, you'll need to know this. And again, if you're chatting with a business owner because you're an SEO guy and you'll be like, hey mate, what's the ATV? It's going straight over them. You just sit there and say, if I was to send someone over to you today and you close them, what's the average amount? You don't know what the job is. Don't say it's a re-roof. Don't say it's a patch. None of that. Just say, what if you were to say a number, what's the possible amount of money that they could bring into you that's an average? And they're going to sit there and be like, I don't know, Ronnie, maybe $7,000. That's what you've got to know. Here's the $7,500 for roofers. Pretty typical. So this is the type of stuff that we need to know so we can get an more accurate forecast. Potential conversions. Again, this thing right here, as you can see, it's not colored. This gets worked out for you. The total monthly earnings, this number right here. Okay, so this number right here, this is also worked out. All of this stuff's formulated, guys. You don't need to touch anything except this stuff right here and this stuff right here. Okay, so now I'll run you through the final things that you're going to need to be looking at. So if I have 720 searches, I get in the map pack and I get up to the top organically, but I have to purchase these domains and these reviews to do so for the Roofing Miami keyword. You can see, okay, it's going to cost me 10 grand to do so. Bang, there's your first number for your forecasting. That's what I need to sit there and spend. However, if I be conservative and look at this and I go, okay, well, if I'm up the top, and again, this number depends on how their sales is, but this is typical. You'll be safe with this number. This number right here, you sit there 1.5%, you look at it and go, if I get up the top and this is their ATV, I'm looking at bringing in $80,000 a month for them. Now, let's just say you're only in the map pack. 40,000 is more than enough. It's a safe bet. Again, with this number here and this number here, it's a safe bet for you. So you can sit there and go, wow, so if I don't do well organically, but I do well in the maps, that's what I'm going to be able to generate for them. So you can sit here as an SEO or a business owner and know immediately a forecast there. Now, obviously, this is not including the on-page and everything else, but this is something that you can present to a business owner. And again, if it's backlinks, sneak your costs. If you're the SEO, sneak your costs in for that. Like, be logical, guys. Like, be logical. I've had people be like, yeah, but you didn't include this one very specific. Guys, come on. This is an overview of how you do it. If you do this, it's more than enough. Business owners want to see that you know what you're talking about. You rip something like this out, you're going to be like, yep, okay, what is it? How many referring domains do we need? Yep, this is the average sort of cost that we're going to be able to acquire them at. Okay, reviews required. Yep, okay. All right, what's your ATV? Again, most business owners, they'll be shocked that you know that. You're not just talking SEO about ranking keywords. You're talking about business terms, realistically. Say this to them. Okay, they're going to be flabbergasted, impressed that you know your stuff. All right, 7,500. Okay. Oh, well, according to my calculations right here, Mr. Businessman, Mr. Roofer in Miami, I'm going to be able to bring you this if we do it right, if we get to the top, again, with a conservative number. And if you want to be more conservative, no worries. Go, oh, this one looks really hard to do. Okay, no worries. Well, what am I going to bring? Oh, I'm only going to be able to bring in maybe 13,000. Again, remember this number here underneath, because you know you can get them in the maps. We do this, Mr. Roofer Miami. I'll make sure that I'm able to generate this. And again, then add other keywords. So you come down here, if you go like, go roof repair Miami. You know, I can't remember what it was. I think it's maybe 490. Again, I'm just throwing random numbers in here, guys. Like, let's just say it's Remember, if you're like, oh, I need to build X amount of referring domains, if you use our competitive tool, it's to the URL. But if they're to the same, maybe it's a homepage that you're doing, it won't need to be as many. So just keep that in mind. Let's just say 75. Let's just say maybe another 30. Let's just say, as an example. So you can see these numbers start to change. Oh, now that's gone up. Our costs have actually gone up. So that's something to, again, be aware of, but you've added 2 keywords here. So now you can sit here and be like, okay, being extreme, like that's a ridiculously conservative number. Guys, I'm telling you, if you run with 1.5% conversions, I don't care about the leads, I care about the conversions. You can start to sit here and be like, wait, I can generate them $70,000 for the month and it's going to cost them 15 grand. These are the types of things that you got to work out when you do SEO forecasting. Now, there's a lot of pros and cons to utilizing this spreadsheet right here. Okay, obviously it doesn't factor in when it comes to, hey, you might be position 4 in the map pack and then let's say you're in maybe position 3 organically. This is where you step down this number. Okay, so I tried creating a statistical formula for positions 1, but it becomes quite complicated when you've got to look at the maps and the organics together, because obviously there's more weight. And I tried and I couldn't figure it out. I'm going to be honest. Like, it was a bit of a nightmare and inaccurate. So what I'm going to give you is a basic suggestion. You start with this number, 1.5%, if you're up the top. If you're up the top in maps, still run with that. And like in the map pack, sit there and look at this number. If you're in position 4 in the map pack, as an example, and you're on page 1, drop this by half and then just keep bringing it down from there. That's the best way of looking at it. And you can also align with what you know as an SEO. So what you know, what the client knows, what type of money with the average, be it like massive thing that I'd focus on is this too, because a lot of clients will actually get this wrong. So a lot of the times clients will sit there and say, oh yeah, well, the average one we're going to get is 30 grand. If it's not, you're going to be sitting there and your forecast is going to be wildly inaccurate. So just make sure you're aware of that. So there's pros and cons of doing this. I know obviously a bit of a con doesn't look at that in depth. This is a starter point that you need to understand. Again, clients, when it comes to this conversion rate, clients won't be, if you say you'll send them a lead, what's the chance that a client's going to close them? I've dealt with people, a couple of plumbers that I'm in with. Those boys used to pick up the phone going, who's this? Literally, who's this? Obviously, in my call tracking, my guys, we can't address potential customers like that. We need to say, g'day, I'm X and I'm from Y. How can I help you today? What do you need my assistance with today? A calm, focused voice compared to, I know the head's in the toilet. It's not nice getting a phone call, but you've still got to be aware of who you're talking with. So that's very, very important. And then sales are going to go up from there. So this number, it completely is impacted on how the business can close those leads that you bring in. But again, keep it at 1.5%. Can't stress that enough. Got data from everywhere to support this number, and alas, you'll be fine. Now, if you want to have a chat with me, book on this link down here, guys. Free 15-minute chat. Can walk you through this stuff. If you want to use Rank Lightning, okay, jump over here, go get a discount on it. It's the only local SEO tool. We're constantly building it out. In the future, all of this is going to be done in Rank Lightning. It's my objective to get rid of Google Sheets in the SEO game. I don't want Google Sheets. I want you to be able to do it from all within one tool. And as you saw, it's unique. Awesome, guys. Make sure you put a comment down below. Join our Facebook community as well, guys. There will be a link down below for that. I might even throw it actually into this spreadsheet. If you have SEO questions, join that. Ask me directly. I'll be in there and I'll look at that chat. So that's the best way of contacting me, and along with the 15-minute chat. If you've enjoyed this, put the comment and like, and I'll see you around, legends.